Welcome. Welcome to Watching with Styles. What's up, Steven? Steven, you was excited, just as excited for this show as I am. Y'all, couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. I've been chomping at the bit for this day. God bless me to be on this day to enjoy this day. For these guys to perform like they have performed these last 3 weeks, I don't think I've been prouder of a team than this one. Because for me, they have exhibit and shown the character of that locker room. And I know it's cliche, but when things are good, it's easy. Tough times and adversity shows the true character of people. And you can see that locker room has great character. That's all. And look, man, as a coach, my perception has in a lot of ways been solidified more than they ever were. And my perception and beliefs have changed a little bit since I've been a coach. With all the social media, all the different things that are pulling on young kids now, dude, it makes it even harder for an entire team to pull the same direction on the same rope. It's extremely difficult with your agents, NIL, parents, coaches, like all that stuff, man, has an effect on people. And all it takes, y'all, I'm just going to be honest with you, all it takes is for one or two bad eggs in that locker room, and it can change the course of a season. And I'm going to tell you, there are bad eggs in every locker room. But it's just like y'all, the faithful BBN members that came to that game, these last couple games, showed up and showed out and drowned all the negative noise that from the loudest portion of this fan base. Those players couldn't hear it no more. It's the same thing in the locker room. With the right leadership, the right players, they can drown out. They can make sometimes those cancers get into remission. And what these guys have done, man, what these guys have done. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say after the South Carolina game, they have shown true character and grit and stuck behind each other with each other through all of the crap that happened in October. It's beyond commendable. You put yourself in a position to do something not many people expected this team to do. Now it's time to cash in that check. Let's cash in that check this next game to even make your wildest dreams even come that much closer. Because the great thing about a football team is it's about everyone in that locker room. And y'all have showed out. As I can say now, y'all, if y'all are on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, share the broadcast. I've heard that will help. Share the broadcast, repost it. I know on TikTok, I'm learning TikTok. It says something about tell people to send gifts and all. I don't know what that. But if you on TikTok, do the things that TikTokers do. If you're on YouTube, like and share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. If you're on Twitter, same thing, just repost. I appreciate it. Let me get to some of these comments. Duval said, I'll be honest with you, I've never met a Tennessee Tech fan until today. User, all those numbers said we were winning out. Hey, I got a good feeling that that's highly likely. AJ, we went 1-0 again. AJ, you're damn right. That's a great thing about football, man. The great thing about football is until you don't have any more games. And as a player, you keep preparing for the next, no matter if it's good or bad. Honestly, for me, when I played Saturday, spent time with my parents, hung out with them after the game. They left sometime Sunday morning. About Sunday afternoon, if I needed treatment or not, it was moving on to the next game. No matter if it's a good win or bad win, you got to move on because you have a new group of players that's ready to try to embarrass you next Saturday. So that's my stance. Tennessee Tech has been, dude. Tennessee Tech is a problem for the FCS team. They have a really good team. They have a well-rounded team. They're going to be a problem for the players. I think they should make it to the semis unless something happens. They lose their quarterback or something like that happens. That line is good for FCS. The defense is really good. And I know we hung up 40-some points on them, but they are not going to face the offensive lines like we have on the next level. And that was the difference in that game, the offensive line. We just mauled them for the majority of the game. No loss November. You damn right, Trill. No loss November. Depending on how we finish, this could be one of the favorite teams in recent memory. Look, for me, Stoops teams have historically not performed well in November. And those teams were good teams. Let's say this, good record teams that didn't play well in November. This was a bad record team that could have folded and didn't. I'm going to say right now, this is one of my favorite teams. And I like everything that's going. They handle things like they should. They seem like they genuinely like each other. And that's hard, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. With a team of 85, it's hard to genuinely like each other. And you can respect each other. You can respect the way somebody works and trains and work out, play on Saturday, but do you truly like them? Are you willing to if are you willing to go to bat for them outside of football if something happens to an individual and you got to help them out? Right now, they slightly under the Lynn quarterback teams. Yeah, that's a good one, AJ. That's a damn good one, AJ. That 2019 team was the only thing about that 2019 team for me is that, oh, yeah, you might be right, AJ. Now that I think more about it, that's a good one. I'm trying to think why. I just because they went through some stuff, and then when Lynn took over. You're right, AJ. They are about equivalent. His completion percentage is close to your quarterback. His completion percentage is close to your. Who is my quarterback, Steven? Speaking of bad eggs, keep Boot Carter away from my team respectfully. I don't know anything about Boot Carter, so I'm gonna trust you on that one, AJ. 24-hour rule. That's all you get to celebrate. Exactly, AJ. You got to come off now. At the end of the season, if you're going to the bowl game, get yourself a few days. But yeah, you're right. A win over Louisville puts them in or over the Lynn Bowling groups for me. Y'all, AJ, you brought up a good point. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, Tim Couch, I got you. Dude, look. I don't think Stoops Redeem team, that's funny, Woody. I don't think people truly understand defensively what we have done this year. And primarily from my guys. I want y'all to understand that when I played football, it was you had to have 4 corners, but really 3. When you got to that 5th, 6th corner, really got to the 4th, 5th, 6th corner, 4th, 5th corner, you were really starting to get into the weeds a little bit, depending on which season. My freshman year, we really did have a lot of corners, but after that, it was when you start getting into those 4th and 5th, it starts to drop a little bit. The 4th shouldn't drop that much, but that 5th drops a lot. I want y'all to understand, JQ has played the whole year. DJ Waller played 1 game. That's 2. Terry Nichols was supposed to be the 3rd one. That's 3. He got hurt. Nasir was number 4. He's come down with something. You had the guy that transferred from Maryland. Now you have Grayton, a true freshman. Dude, you get into this 5, 6, 7. I want you for you to get to that level of corners in this style of football now with teams who like to run, who like to pass the ball a lot. Woo, it starts to get ugly. So that's one thing. Now you started with Rayner and Afari with no true backup linebackers with an experience that maybe you trusted. They have played well. Like this defense has had issues, y'all. Issues with staying healthy. And for them, it looked like something happened, y'all. It looks like I'm back, but I don't know what happened. I got taking off. I think I know where I was. For all those injuries to happen on that defense, and for Boomer Sooner, nice to have an OU fan on here. I appreciate you coming in, T. Riley. That was a big game here for y'all. Big win against Alabama. For us to get through that storm, and the thing about it, these young guys are playing well. Now, offense, it all lies with Cutter Boley. I've said that on Alan Cutler's show. I know I said it on post game with with Larry Glover. It's like it's unfortunate that he got put in this type of situation. But that is what quarterbacks do. That's just what it is. That is what happens. Quarterbacks they take a lot of credit when wins. So when that heavy is the crown, and this guy has his head, his neck as strong as you know what. Big broad shoulders to handle all the things that's coming to him. Thank you, T. Rod. Hey, y'all, T. Rod, the first one to send me a heart me and send me a Go Popular. I don't know what that means in TikTok, but it's the first one. So kudos to T. Rod. T. Rod, I wish I had a clap sign, but I'm gonna clap for you. So for this team to go through that and to come out the other end, man, it's crazy. Nick said we need DJ back. Was hoping he left him out tech game so he could play last two and hopefully bowl game and keep red shirt. We'll see, Nick. I don't know all that happens, what all that entails, and I just don't. It makes sense to me, I guess, a little bit, but then it doesn't. So I guess we'll see. The thing about it for me is that I'm not sure if coming in the Vandy game is really the game you want to come back in. I mean, without getting a dress rehearsal. It'd have been nice for him to have gotten in this last game. So we'll see. Extra body definitely helps. Definitely helps. That's no doubt about it. So I hope we can get as many healthy bodies as possible, but we'll see. Looks like my connection. I'm sure hardwire. Give me a second, guys. Looks like I'm having troubles on some of these platforms. So let me hardwire in real quick. See if that helps. But we'll see. Cutter just lovable. He's a great teammate. Has that Christmas haircut. I'm gonna say this, y'all. When you're winning, it solves everything. It makes everybody look that much better. So, if Cutter wasn't playing well, it'll probably be a little different. So, but since he's playing as well as he's playing, he's balling. He's getting better. Each week, that unit is getting better, and it's all because of him. And it's not good to lay a lot of things on one player, but there's two positions that touch the ball on offense every play. That is the center and the quarterback. The performance that we're having on offense is a direct reflection of Cutter Boley. During Everett said, my homie son played at Tennessee Tech. Huh? Hey, well, look, doing everything 3-on-4, good luck to them. Because I truly believe, I don't know all the FCS teams. I watched a few. They are probably one of the better ones for sure. They have a chance. They have a chance to, like I said earlier, at least go to the semis. They have a really, really, really good team, and I like the coach. So when you have a leader like him, and that team seemed like they fought for him, as long as they stay healthy, I think they are one of the top. I saw Montana State last night. AJ, they not the ones playing UC Davis. I think it was Montana State. It wasn't Montana. They are a pretty good team too. The thing about the thing about the FCS that I don't like is those cold weather teams, because a lot of your good teams are cold weather teams. So I don't like those games because to me the weather plays a factor more than the talent, and you don't get a true sense of who the better team is because it's who can weather the, no pun intended, weather the best. And those Montana teams, those Dakota teams, um, with them being playing home games a lot, I just think it's unfair. I just truly think it's unfair, but that's the nature of the game. Win enough games, and then you can host a game, I guess. But man, I'm excited. We're on a streak. When you do something three times in a row, it's a streak. This is the first streak in a long time, and for all the people sneezing at beating traditional powers in Auburn and Florida, I don't know where y'all come from. I really don't. Those are brand teams, and to not get excited about that to me is just always weird. Um, did you see what Florida did yesterday? Like, the talent is there. It's no doubt they have talent. Like I was saying, leading up to last week, I was like, that was a game that scared me the most because of the level of talent. When you have talent, man, you can win games, a lot of games that you are not supposed to. Because all it takes is one of your talented players to have a great game, individual game, and just go wild and make it hard. I don't see peanut butter here. We caught him at the right time. How did we catch him at the right time? The coach was fired before the Georgia game. So how did we catch him at the right time? That's the second game. Now I can see you might be saying since we got him in the turmoil week, it wasn't no we didn't listen. Style makes fights. And Ole Miss isn't the most physical team. Ole Miss, they were playing talent to talent. It wasn't take you out in the backyard in a phone booth and let's see who come out. Who's the toughest? That became a skill position battle, and that's how Florida was able to hang in. When they came here, we took them to the damn ditch. All right, now come out of this ditch. Oh, you talking about Auburn? Man. See now that's excuses, peanut butter. So here's the thing, peanut butter. I would accept your excuse if we can use the same excuse when things happen for us. See, when we win, it's because of some of the team had a factor. But when we lose, we can't say, "Oh, we played Kyle Sharon as a starting quarterback," or we didn't have this player, or it was warm down in Florida. I'm just, come on, man. In this conference, I bet you LSU, I bet you Arkansas is saying, "Well, we caught LSU at the perfect time and still lost." No, no, not in this conference. I don't care what happens. No one was giving us a benefit of the doubt after the Ole Miss game and Kyle Sharon played South Carolina, and that started a little streak with old Beamer. No one is saying that that's an asterisk on the Beamer consecutive wins against Stoops. Oh, I forgot that we didn't have no. Stoops was 2-5. It was never they caught us during the term. Exactly. Trill, no one gives us that benefit of the doubt. If you do, then I apologize. If you don't, you can't say the other thing for when we beat teams. You could ask 105 Florida players tonight who they want to play again. You won't get a single Kentucky or exactly. AJ, they would play Ole Miss every week if they could. Back in the South, look, let's go get that 6-5 first. But I like 8-5 better than 7-5. The only W we really had was South Carolina, Tennessee. Tennessee is not a bad matchup. I don't subscribe to the bad matchup deal. I just don't. Here's to me what happens with Tennessee. Especially last game. Because if you look at last year, I don't have it up at my disposal, but I think Tennessee scored like 30-something points. And if you remember last year, we had a chance until Wimsatt threw the interception. They got the ball on like the under the 15-yard line, and early in the game, Brock Vandagriff had a fumble inside the 10-yard line. That's 14 points. Our defense last year played well against Tennessee. It's not a bad matchup. Our corners had a bad game. If you go back to the Tennessee game, and if our corners, I don't know, I'm not going to say DJ Waller makes that big a difference. I don't know because he didn't play enough this year. But let's say DJ Waller is your top corner, and he plays that game. And we do better against 9 routes because Terry Nichols got beat 2 or 3 times. If he's that corner and we don't get beat, and you don't give Tennessee 14 points on offense, so that puts them at, 42. Then you don't give up the 2 to 3, just 9 routes, just quick passes. That's like 14 points. We scored 30-something. Can we be in a situation where we win that game with better corner play? With the right corners in at the right time? Because I keep going back to this, being a Laker fan. I keep going back to this. When we were in the bubble and Rondo was hurt and he came back and we were not playing as well as we could. When Rondo came back, just a one player allowed everybody to go back to their natural positions, to their natural role, to do what they do best. And what do we do when Rondo came back? I think that potential could be JQ. Instead of Nichols and Nazir and Great and all them playing 30, 40 snaps, they play 5 to 10. I would say the Tennessee game, you're right, Peanut Butter. The South Carolina game was the game. I'm just sorry, y'all. The Tennessee game, the Georgia game, the Texas game, I didn't have us winning. So I wish you would have won the Texas game. Not saying like, but prediction preseason, I had us losing those 3 games. So we would have stole one of those. Awesome. But it doesn't affect, to me, the season. The South Carolina game does, because that second quarter just was done. That second quarter did us in. Better second quarter, we might come out of Columbia with a win. And instead of being 5-5, we're 6-4. And if we 6-4, totally different story. I'm reading some comments. Bear down. We won today. City sleeps good night. We did. The Bears won tonight. It's JQ Hardaway. What do you mean BBN is JQ Hardaway? I'm thinking you're saying that's the Tennessee game. JQ gave up 1, but Terrian gave up 2. I know, off the top of my head. What's your thoughts on Boley? Boley, JT, Boley is the future, and he's the leader of this team for hopefully the next 3 years. He's a dude, and he is. And a great thing about Boley right now is he's just scratching the surface, because once he plays more football, and if we go to a bowl game, I'll say this: if we are fortunate, blessed enough to go to a bowl game next year, he's going to be 10 times better. Those extra reps, snaps, seeing how another defense from another conference plays you, is going to accelerate his development times 2. He's just scratching the surface, because there are still things that he can do better, and that's going to come with reps and level of comfort of processing what defenses do and what they like to do. But that's not something you can train in the lab. That's something you get solely by playing games against other people. That's it. He's got 2 more defenses. Then if he can prepare for 2 weeks against a third defense that's probably going to play completely different than teams play in the SEC, it's a chance for him to evolve even more than what he has done this season. Landon Eads, I hope I'm saying that. Landon, what's up, man? Big fan of KSR Football Podcast. Appreciate that, Landon. For what it's worth, they're already hit on the over their preseason 4.5. Yeah, back in the South, 4.5 was crazy. If I was the line, I would have put it. I guess you got to put a half. Yeah, I guess 4.5 was the best, because you wasn't gonna put it at 5.5 before the season. I would have put it at 5, but I guess you put it at 5, you're gonna have a lot of people with losing money. Bowl game is so important. It's like getting a free spring football summer camp. Y'all, I only went to 1 bowl game. And I'm gonna tell you, I was a freshman, and I primarily played on special teams my freshman year. That bowl game preparation propelled me to having a really good sophomore season, because it gave me practice time against best on best than just running scout team in, or running 1 or 2 or 3 plays or 1 series during practice when our defense was going against scout team. So that allowed me to, because we had to rest our seniors because they just played 11 games at that point. So really that the first week was getting the guys who haven't played some time. And then they have the bowl game. And the great thing about a bowl game went until around Christmas. Then you had a couple weeks off. Then you went straight into spring. Like there were no dead period. So football was on your mind the entire time. Nobody on campus, just all day football for like 10 days. Now, AJ, it's a little different now. It's a little different. It lifts your floor. It also gives guys a glimpse to where coaches expect them to be in the rotation next season. Exactly. It's a little different now, AJ. I'm sure they don't go, shit. I'm pretty sure we went 2 days. And it was tough. That first week we were scrimmaging. What do you think Kentucky defense has consistently struggled against mobile quarterback? Why do you think? Well, first of all, most defenses struggle against mobile quarterbacks because they are unpredictable. There are not many defenses that don't struggle. Now, that's struggling there's levels to it. Can we control him? Can we contain him more? And the only way you can do that is your defensive line cannot get above him in the pocket. And that's the hardest thing in the world for defensive players to I would say, choke down their aggressiveness and not rush with such intensity that you run around the quarterback. That's the hardest thing to do, but that's what you have to do. And unfortunately, we run a 3-4, so there's some a natural running lane, depending on what the defensive end or defensive tackle does. If our jack linebacker's going to rush, if we're rushing 4 men or not. When you're rushing 4, you have to maintain your gap responsibility. Your pass rush lanes have to be on point. And that's almost impossible because guys are trying to get sacks and they might do a swim move or whatever. And then they get outside of their pass rush lane. Then you got 2 guys in the same lane. Then a guy like Pavea will take advantage of it. So, mobile quarterbacks are extremely difficult on the defense. And honestly, even if you spy, most of these mobile quarterbacks are faster than your fastest linebacker. And he has 26 yards to go either way a lot of times. So it's stressful on the defense. Your linebackers and secondaries have to be locked in, and you just got to contain them. You got to make them throw from the pocket. And let your cards fall as they may after that. If he kills you with his arm, more power to him. If you're Brad White, what's the game plan? My game plan is, it depends on, you know what? Early in the year, we did a great job of stunning. Using TE stunts, TT stunts. Like, we did a great job of twists and stunts. We also did a great job of simulated blitzes, bringing 4 in, bringing 6 down on the line of scrimmage, and off the line not knowing which 4 was coming, and a quarterback not knowing, more importantly. Maybe mix in some simulated blitzes. I'm not spying him. He's too good. That's a guy you wasting in coverage. I would just trust that our guys are going to cover. Our defensive line is going to handle their responsibility. And one linebacker, when he scrambles, just going to have to come out of coverage. But I'd rather them come out of coverage late than to be spying him and open up a zone off the bat that he can see right off the snap. If Stoops beats Louisville or Vandy, does he keep his job? Nick, I have heard that Adam said today that he keeps his job regardless. Well, no. Adam said he won't get fired. I'm going to say this. If we are going, and that's Adam Luckett, if we are going off of, like, a season is built off of progression and improvement in a team. This team has improved. If your team is improving, you usually don't fire a coach. Now, I understand coming off a 4-8 season and him having this 9.5 toes out the building a couple of years ago, rubs people the wrong way. I totally get it. I think I said this many times. I said on here last week and week before that probably. I see him seeing the writing on the wall, and maybe, especially with all these coaching jobs opening, maybe having a amicable separation. That's what I see. We had a week off after the season, a week off after the bowl, then back to school. Less time to lose condition, less time away from ball. Exactly, AJ. It wasn't much, man. You definitely had multiple tour days now. It's miserable as hell when you just went through a full season. Now, that's why the veterans rested. It sucked because there was no one on campus and you had to go 2 days again. But hindsight, it was the best thing that happened for me. It's Pavea getting drafted. It is no way in my mind why you wouldn't draft him. It's no way. The guy's a winner. The guy's won everywhere he's been. He is a dude. Now, where he gets drafted, I don't know. But these quarterbacks coming out of this draft, draft eligible, are not very good. I'm just saying. Braden, I appreciate you, brother. They are not very good. So if I'm in the 5th round, I'm throwing a flyer out to him. I think he's good enough to play on this level. If Johnny Manziel got drafted, he should get drafted. If Anthony Richardson got drafted, he should get drafted. Like, he is Jalen Hurts. Since I'm watching the game now, he is Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's as polished as Jalen or as good probably, but he's just as good. So I don't see how he don't. In the recruiting development world, we have certainly done the development part. We have a recruited too, Steven. We just in the damn SEC, where when you top 25 in the country, you bottom 3rd in this conference. Purveyor is better than Tyson Hill, AJ. That's a good one though. I don't think he can do what Tyson Hill can do. Do you know how big fucking Tyson Hill is? That motherfucker is huge. I don't think he can do what Tyson does. Tyson is a big SOB. He is on the level of, damn it, every time I think of this guy, I can't remember his name. The quarterback for Arkansas years ago that got drafted by the Jacksonville and played receiver / tight end. Purveyor's a better quarterback than Hill. Dooley and Goff are going to have to play well for us to beat Vandy. I have more concerns with Godfrey than Dooley. But yeah, you're right, Scott. Okay, then we can't take it. We can go. Dude, I'm going to just say this. Peanut butter. I'm not sure that he hasn't been concussed. But Matt Jones, thank y'all, Trill and Scott. He was a beast too. Matt Jones doesn't get the oh, he died, AJ? Shit, I did not know that. He doesn't get the praise he should. That man was, all this Taylor Green stuff, Arkansas now, he was better than him. No, Ryder, not KJ Jeff. Ryder, you young. I'm talking about years ago. KJ Jefferson was what, a few years, like last year, 2 years ago? I'm talking about what that had been in the mid 2010s, maybe late 2000s. Why do you think that JQ seems to be struggling? Y'all asking questions. So for Jimothy, I apologize, and I had some issues on Twitter and Instagram. Seemed like I'm not on. So 4'3", 49, 41-inch vertical. Yeah, man. Not KSR Matt Jones, peanut butter. Don't be funny. Here's the thing, y'all. And I tell my DBs this to this day. To play corner, for me, you have to have just, I don't know if unwarranted is the right word. You have to have confidence regardless of what happens. Your level of swag, as a guy said now, has to be on a level that pisses people off to a point. And what I say that is, when I say that, it doesn't matter what happens in the game. A guy can beat you 4 times in a row. The next one is, I'm still better than you. That's the level of confidence you have to have. I don't truly believe, from the outside looking in, that JQ has that level of confidence. And this is what I'm saying with confidence. Confidence comes in, I know my technique is solid. I know my preparation in the week was solid. I know my level of talent is solid. I know I got clean eyes. I know I trust my coach and put me in the right position and the right call. So regardless of what they run, I'm confident in my technique. I'm confident what the coach called. See, sometimes players can be confident in the technique, but not confident in the scheme because they want to do it their way. And sometimes as a corner, you want to do this. And the coach makes a zone call if you like to play man, and you got to play zone. Man, fuck zone. Let me go man up on that. That kind of stuff means you don't have confidence. Or if your coach like to play man, all I did was play zone and wherever I was before this, now this man got me playing on this island by myself, knowing all the damn defensive line ain't going to get there. Then there's not confidence. That's what I mean by confidence. Every game I went into, you can call me the Lulu. It didn't matter. My delusion was I'm the best. I'm better than all y'all MFers. Now, I didn't think I was cocky, but I'm sure some of my teammates would probably say I was. But for me, it was ain't none of y'all motherfuckers better than me. And for me, I wholeheartedly believe that's how you got to play that position. And I'm not sure he is 100% confident. I don't think so. And as a corner, for me being a former corner, I can tell when guys are not 100% confident. Now, I don't know where they lack the confidence in. I don't know if they lack confidence at technique. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust their teammates. They don't trust their coach. I don't know which factor leads to them not having confidence, but I know they don't have confidence. They're not fully locked in with this guy across the ball from me. It ain't gonna beat me. I don't care what the hell he does. I don't care how good his quarterback is. He ain't beating me. Not today. Maybe last week. Maybe who they play next. But they ain't beating me. He ain't seen a guy who plays like me. Boy, this is y'all got me into the thing of y'all gotta make some people mad. And this film is gonna be quick anyway. I haven't even started the broadcast and we almost an hour in. I hope JD doesn't come in. Stoops keeps his job no matter what. We barely have the money to buy out his contract. I would say this, B. Jones. Stoops as look. Stoops has earned the right to stay. And if he wants to bow out, he can bow out gracefully. What is the other team's record? They were 10-0, go Irish. Okay, Indy fan. How are y'all finding me from a Kentucky broadcast? That's interesting. Eli said somebody said how they won every game. They're not in the Sun Belt. They're in the FCS. I can't remember what conference they're in, but they're in the championship portion of D1. Jack Way, I did not know if they FBI school. Okay, belt to ass. You're down right, B. Jones. Who won this game? We won, Parker. And when I say we, that means Kentucky, and I am French. We. Yo, didn't you say Devin Leary is going to be good, bro? B. Jones. I'm going to say this, B. Jones. Devin Leary was good for us. y'all, I know y'all expectations were X. Devin Leary didn't have a bad season for us. And that's the narrative that shouldn't be put out. Well, that's your opinion, B. Jones. I just know what I saw week in and week out. He was good. Was he great? Now there's a difference. Was he great? No, but was he good? Yes. You can look at his numbers and say he was good. Who was he throwing to? B. Jones, like I said, brother. See, here is something, B. Jones. I'm not the one to go back and forth because you have your outlook, I have mine. I just know from my eyes, and I trust my eyes, that Devin Leary did not have a bad year. Here's the crazy part about it. If we don't lose our two corners in that bowl game, we win 8 games. Would you say the same thing? I must tell you this. I'm looking at the stats right now. Devin Leary had 2,700 yards passing. I don't think that might be more than Will Levis. 25 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's what his season was. Now, if you thought it should have been better, I'm not going to complain. It's not his best season. He had 35-5 a couple years before that when last time he was healthy. But he did not have a bad year for us. So, I mean, there were some things happen that year if you go retrace of drops and him not meshing well with Liam Cohen. It's a lot to that. Exactly, Landon. Leary was not in the offense that favors play style. That's exactly one of the reasons. Liam wanted to run more, and I hate saying not a pro style, more of the what the pro teams run. And Devin Leary came from a spread college offense, and he came to Kentucky to get himself ready to prepare for the pros, and it just didn't work out. Here's the crazy part about it, but someone thought he was good enough. He was on a team last year. I know he was on Baltimore last year. I don't know if he's still there. Van, isn't the quarterback partially responsible for a lot of drops? Sometimes you got to use touch. It depends, peanut butter. But as I was taught, if it touched the receiver's hand, he should fucking catch the ball. Same receivers didn't have those drops the year before or the year after. Ooh, I will beg to differ on the drops. I think if we went 3-9, we would have had to fire him, but not now. Yeah. I don't even think he had to go 3-9. I really don't think. I'm going to just tell you this, peanut butter. As people have said in the past, and it's factually true, not all records are the same. If Stoops went 6-6 and the team didn't improve, that's different than this 6-6 where the team is improving. Lucas said, with that being said, does Calzada exactly match our offensive play style this year? That's an interesting one, Lucas, because I thought he matched it a little bit more than Brock and Devin. But when the lights came on, he didn't prepare well. I mean, he didn't perform well. And I would say this, if it wasn't coming off a 4-8 season and he had a couple more games, could he have improved? We would never know. Because if you remember, Cutter's second game against South Carolina, he didn't look good either. But when you went to the backup, you got to stay with the backup, especially a young backup. But Cutter didn't look good his second game either. So could Zach have improved and progressed during the season? We would never know. But I thought with his experience at Texas A&M and a little bit of Auburn that he had a chance. So, Landon, you're right. At ICW is a little bit different offense, but he had a history of playing. When he was with Jimbo, they ran more under the center type what we want to run. I just don't think. I mean, here's the thing: the right move was made. He didn't have enough time to acclimate himself to the system in real game-like situations. I don't think people understand. Practice is practice. I mean, you're going against somebody else that's coming at you with a different type of aggressiveness. The game is different. If the team drops all their momentum, lose the last 2 games, the seat probably gets hot. It depends on how those last 2 games look. Something happened to Color, knock on wood, is Calzada backup. I will say this: the way Ward played, I don't see how you get the way Ward played. I'm playing Ward. He processed things quickly in that game. Ward should have had a touchdown. Both he had 2 drops. Didn't get to watch this game. What's 1, 2 words to summarize for me? Cam Davis, we took care of business. Simple as that. We took care of business. Did what we were supposed to against a FCS team. We took care of business. I think that's the best for a team that was scoring 50-some points a lot to hold them to 10. And honestly, I want people to. I was gonna say this. I don't know if I said this. I want people to understand that I had to get my damn roster out to see the players that played on defense after the first 3 and outs. We had 2 3-and-outs, and then we subbed madly. And I hate this, and I said this early in the season. I hate it. But then in the grand scheme of things, when we subbed in, when we got some guys playing time early, it also helped us last week when we lost Safari and Lovett in the first series. So as a player, I hate it because I want our defense to have the best stats ever. But then as coaches, I understand because what if something happened, these guys have to play. And they played a lot of guys this game on defense, a lot. And I don't know a lot of them. And I still don't know a lot of them. All I know is names. So, and not names, all I know is numbers, and then I can put it with a name. Put the number with a name, associated with a name. But I don't know the guys. Haven't seen them at all. Afar and Lovett are Lovett is out for good. Afari hopefully can come back next week. I feel like losing Afari hurts us more than losing Lovett. And the reason why, because we have Ty Bryant as the other safety. So we have a guy with experience at safety that can help Cam out. Afari is the drop off between Afari and Godfrey is greater than the drop off between Lovett and Cam. So I'm hoping Afari can come back. Getting him back helps us out a lot. So let's pray on that. That Afari, the healing of the man above and all it's doing can heal Afari in 10 days, whatever it's been, because he's gonna have to practice a little bit. And he can give it a go. I think the same Green loss is worse than Lovett. We have talent at Green's position. We got Souls, we got Olds, we got Works. Like that position is young, but there's talent there. And Green was new. And Green wasn't totally, in my opinion, good player, but he was still finding his way within our scheme. But the loss is true, but the Afari loss is bigger. The Green loss is worse than Lovett too. I think. Yeah. I'm having a guy next to you like Ty Bryant helps because he knows the defense, and if you have a question, he's gonna have the answer. Super Nuclear. I said, look, y'all. I know some of y'all, to my YouTubers and Twitter, I'm back on Twitter. I'm getting blasted on the talks. So that's where these questions are going for. Someone, Super Nuclear said, I think we have a chance versus Vanderbilt. Super Nuclear, I said last week, I know you probably didn't watch. If we beat Florida, we beat Vandy. And we beat Florida, so I think we beat Vandy. No, Cam, the film hasn't started yet, brother, because I'm answering all your damn questions. Back this up. Why do you like Stone more than Ward? Now I don't have a preference because they're both freshmen. Since Cam asked for the film, let's go. Like I said, T. Riley is the only one that sent. I don't understand this, y'all. So if you're a life TikToker, she's the only one that sent a heart me and a go poplar. Somebody else add on to what T. Riley did. Um, you didn't know War was on the team back in the South. You weren't listening to. See, back in the South, you were not listening intently. You haven't listened intently because that was a tight battle. What do you think the progress we've shown this season means for next season? Whew. While not that I don't know the schedule, to be honest with you, but I know this: with if Stoops come back and we have the same offensive scheme, with and here's the thing, Dowdell comes back, we still have Patterson. Hopefully, we can keep the Millers. Um, Law is gone, Hester's gone. Some of these guys, the Millers, and we keep Will Rod. Like there's pieces there. We're gonna have to rebuild the O line though, again. But like I said it's a good quarterback. A good quarterback makes everybody else's life easier. Harley transfers, Cam. Harley, why would he transfer again? Cam. So I like it. Here's the thing, y'all. 9 games just makes it a little harder. To me, what makes it worse is you have to play another Power 4 team. So you got to play Louisville. So you got 9 in a rival game. That's 10 difficult games. If we didn't have to play Louisville, I wouldn't mind the 9-game schedule because I don't think it's really that much. It's really a great difference. But when you got to play 9 in Louisville, and I have another third directional school, I think that's the difference. Gonna have to get speedy receivers in the portal. I don't think you need speedy. Who is you? AG4, why are you here if you're asking who I am? I think we went out that helps build the next season roster so much easier. Before this game, next season, 9 games, LSU brutal is Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, and ooh, that is good. That is Miss Bryant. That is good shit. Damn. I'm not HG4. I'm not beating you up. You just asked who is this. You logged on, so I don't know who I am. No, I'm. So for all the new look, it's crazy for all the new people that's watching. Is that I didn't answer your question, SJBE. You said what's wrong with my question? What is your question? You're not HG4 or are y'all spawning? This is a Kentucky football breakdown of the last opponent. That's what this is. And I do a little monologue before the game and y'all, you have asked 3 times. I don't see you. I don't see it. I don't see you. My bad. So let's get into it, y'all. First play of the game. Now the question is gonna be harder, y'all, because I'm looking at my ask again, SJBE. Ask again because I didn't see it. This will be your 4th time. We're gonna get into it. First play, man. I'm telling you, Rainer has come along. What is not showing? I just did. Is it not showing? I don't know. It's not showing. I see the I just did. Is it not showing? This Rainer guy, Rainer has been balling out. These last 3 games, he has been impressive. And when he gets into that passing game, when he gets into good drops, man, that makes us in the secondary so much better. I want you to understand that right now, let's start at the start. Ooh, I didn't get to start. His communication is huge, which means to me, like I did in a cut up. I must have cut out that part. Like I did in a cut up, y'all. His communication and comfort in this scheme is starting to show. I want you to look at in slow motion his reaction to the play. Look how he is going without, when he pulled the trigger, he pulled the trigger. Godfrey was thinking like, whoa, I'm not sure what's going on. Raynor's going now. Yo, that is a 2.5 yard outside jet sweep by a linebacker. That is awesome. Raynor was neighbor my senior year last year. Awesome guy. We chopped up for a while last year. Okay, Cam. That was awesome. That's how you start a game. Raynor's the most improved player on defense for me. Okay. Okay. Because I'm going more towards Gatson than Raynor. That's just me though. Gatson has ball out this year, but Raynor has 2 the last few games. Just some triggering, man. I want y'all to understand, playing linebacker, it's not easy. We got a duo here that's going to come off to the linebacker. And honestly, I had this with my high school guys. When you see their offensive line doubling your defensive tackle, you got to shoot your gap. Because when you shoot your gap, number 72 is going to come off, which then allows this defensive lineman to get free again. Because he held his anchor there. We got to shoot. Now, I think Dunn played more here. We got to shoot. This might be Quay. We got to shoot. We got to shoot our trigger. Pull it and go. That's good. Landon, I have no idea. And Eli, I have no idea. Landon, Eli, this is not something I had planned. What I just started doing, it's a long story. I just started doing this on my own, and it caught eyes, and that's why I'm on KSR. I don't know, guys. I don't know the typical path. I am actually a mechanical engineer. So I was not in communications, broadcasting, journalism. That's not even in my wheelhouse. I'm just a football player, former football player that was a film junkie. And I've been told I describe the game in a way where the average person can understand. That's all. Yeah, Eli, I don't have those chops to even help you with that. I wish I did. Third down. Corners. Here's the thing. Teaching lesson. And I was talking earlier, someone asked me about JQ. I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior. It's being confident in your technique that matters. I know you are not coached to put that foot in the bucket. See that? See this foot here? That foot's in the bucket. Foot's in the bucket. If Grayton stayed square, nose over toes, didn't open his hips, because here's the thing, y'all. Let me go back. Young guys. First of all, appreciate that, Lucas. No, we can't see it because of the chat balls. What are you talking about, Cam? Can't see bottom left? Oh, you're right. Ooh. Let me turn the chat off. Let me turn the chat box off. All right. That should be better. So, corners. Understand. The longer you can stay square, the better it is. Because when you want to break and you drop your foot in the bucket, you just went backwards. Now it's going to take you 2 steps. 1, 2, took him 3 to get back to where he was. Here's the other thing, y'all, what I was getting at. When you are able to merge IQ, football knowledge with athletic ability, is when you become elite. You can't out athlete guys on this level. Even FCS. These skill position guys on FCS are damn good football players. Like they are no slouch. They just might be a little smaller. Like something like that. It's not usually speed, hands, route running. It's usually they're not as big. So on our level, they want more physical, bigger receivers. Sometimes when you're a little smaller, you are underappreciated and you have to go FCS. But the ability to run routes, the ability to run by your ass is the same. So here's the thing. As a player, you got to know down and distance. 3rd and 5. So in 3rd and 5, with this receiver in the middle of the ball's in the middle of the field, I want you to see this. This perfect situation. Ball in the middle of the field. These are things, and this is not something I'm saying because I always know what the play is. This is on every play. All right. In the middle of the field, a normal alignment is right about top of the numbers for the outside receiver. See how this receiver is at top of the numbers. This receiver can run anything. He can run in route, out route. This spot is probably more to normal, but that's not bad. He can run in or out. Tyson, yes, it's on YouTube. It's on it's Driving with Styles is my YouTube. I don't know if that's my YouTube page. Driving with Styles, STYLES. So now, look at this. This outside receiver is way inside the numbers. Know why he's way inside the numbers? Is to give the quarterback room to throw out. Either he's going to run a mesh route or an over route or something outside. So, it's 3rd and 5. The sticks are right here. I'm going to play the sticks. He's going to have to run by me. And in college, you can jam a receiver anywhere on the field. While I've been a PI before the ball's thrown, that's how I can play aggressive and sit. So this to me is a young freshman still getting his feet wet, and he was fortunate that was a bad throw. But like I say, some of y'all are new, obviously. This is a long throw. From the middle of the field to there is 10 yards this way. Well, it's even more. It's like 12 yards this way. But like I said, y'all, I'm an engineer. The path of the throw right here is way more than 10. You think you were better than Max Hairston. Now, B. Jones, here's the thing. Now you're asking a corner, is anybody better than him? That's a bad question to ask. I would tell you this, B. Jones. In the 3 years I played a lot of defense, I had 8 picks. So I know, B. Jones, you have never seen me. I played in the 1990s. I know damn well you haven't seen me play. I would say this. I was a much better tackler than Maxwell Harrison. I'll tell you that. I was physical. Max is way faster than I. Probably got a little bit better hips. Um, but I'll say this: he's not as physical. Yes, well, not that. I played at Kentucky from '93 to '97. '96 was the last football year. Now Bob Chesney's starting to ask questions. Um, why are you comparing this film? Different level athletes on the field. Well, I mean, Perro, I do this every week. If you think we shouldn't be doing this, then you can click off, brother. that's simple. If you don't like it, I mean, you can click it off, bro. When when your advantage, you cool. You definitely have AD. Now, B Jones, I really don't have ADHD. I really don't. I don't know why you say that. I just got a lot of fucking questions on TikTok. I'm about to stop because I got to get through this because y'all asking a lot of questions. um, but hey, I appreciate y'all watching. If all right, B Jones. Now here's the deal. Let me help you understand. And this is different. See, when I am when I am on my normal broadcast, I start on Twitter and YouTube. I didn't have all these. You guys are going crazy on TikTok. My questions were not as crazy, so that's why. So now I've been used to answering questions because that what I think that's the plus of this show is I answer the question that fans pose. Now y'all on TikTok are going crazy. See, I didn't, and I'm new to TikTok, B Jones. Obviously, I'm learning now that I don't have to read every so every question. All right. So when your advantage coming into this was your offensive line, the trenches, that's our advantage, and we proved it to be factual. Look at the movement that we are creating on the line. That black line is a line of scrimmage. These guys are 2 to 3 yards on their side of the line of scrimmage now. So when you have an advantage, you got to take advantage of it. And we did. When you get 4 to 5 yards, now that linebacker's good, man. That was a great one-on-one tackle. Normally, tackling Seth one-on-one is very difficult. Again, Seth doesn't get touched until he's like 3 yards down the field by a guy we're not blocking. You can't block everybody. This is a corner. He is not going to be blocked. And for us to perform, look how I want y'all to see something. And with this, and this is the thing about it, with a team knowing that they are undersized against an opponent, they're going to have to stun a lot. There's a lot of, we're going to slants, twists, stunts that's going to happen. Watch how this side of the line, Wally and Farmer, just watch these two guys on the other side of the ball. Look, they are on the other side of the hash. That's where the ball will snap. When you have an advantage, you got to take advantage of it. And we did a damn good job. Look, if we were just trying to win a game, we would have ran the ball 80% of the time. But when you're trying to keep a rhythm, you're not going to do that. I just want to just highlight y'all. Look on 3rd and 1. Look at this big blue wall. Like all those blue jerseys, that's just a wall. That's a blue wave. That's what offensive linemen love to see. T. Hurley, we actually do have a home run back. It's Jason Patterson. He's just stuck behind two pretty good back. Damn, Dante Dowdell went 65 and 75. He has speed now for a man that's that big. When your running back on 3rd and 1 doesn't get touched until he's 6 yards down the field, that's crazy. So like I said, if we want to just take their will, we could have done that. But we also wanted to pass the ball a little bit. Now, I'm going to say in this game, we also, T. Hurley, have you not seen how fast big man run? I don't know. Now, what you might think of a home run back is maybe he's not elusive. But if he runs downhill, and if there's a track meet between him and a corner, he's shown he can outrun corners. Now, is he a guy in a box, in a phone booth, that's going to shake you and make a crazy move? No. But downhill, Kendrick Law is his eligibility is gone. He doesn't have this is not COVID anymore. We left some yards on the field. Right now, this is something that plagued Seth the whole year. If he's a little more patient, watch where the hole is. The hole is on the other side of Caddis. He goes to the right side, and if he goes right down the hash, he might pull a long touchdown. Yes, I play with Littleton. Littleton Ward was in my class, Zay. See that? If he went up the hash and was patient, the big blue wall, that's another blue wave, and we have another blue wave here. If he goes up the hash, he's still running. Kentucky won. So we left some yards on the field, y'all. On some of these screens, we left some yards on the field. It's good blocking. Good blocking out here. Caddis, Will Wright, I think that's Kendrick Law. So the offense was highly efficient, y'all. These last couple of weeks, the efficiency of this offense has been off the chain. Again, look at the offensive line pushing everybody on the other sideline of scrimmage. Now we run into our own guys. Like here. There's a difference between a bubble screen and a tunnel screen. The bubble screen, which is what we're running now, the objective is to push the sideline. You really want to go down the sideline because your blockers are the guys on the perimeter. A tunnel screen is when the lineman comes out the block, and that's when you want to come inside and probably a little bit inside the hash. So on this play, if Kendrick Law presses where Dante is, he pressed this corner, there's something there. If he goes outside, he goes that way, I think there's something special there. But I understand why he went inside, but I'm just saying, if he went outside, that's where the play wants to go. The play wants to go to the perimeter. It's what I like. Got Burton on skates, but this is what I like about Cutter the most is his patience. His eyes stay down the field. He doesn't like it. He feel the pressure. Eyes stay down the field. extend the play a little bit, throws a dot, first down. When your O-line is able to create a pocket like this with no one at your feet, it's a beautiful thing as a quarterback. That's a dot, y'all. That's a dot. It is. This is what, like I said in the cut up, y'all. For football, people want to know a little bit of inside knowledge. Is that here's the thing about play design and football. When you game plan your opponent and they have a tendency, and it looked like maybe Tennessee Tech has a tendency to play cover 4, cover 6, cover 2. And the advantage of that is if you can get it, you can call this play while they're playing one of those coverages, is you get your best receiver on their safety. And most, I won't say all safeties, but the majority of safeties are not good enough to play against the opponent's best receiver. It has happened, but on average, no. But what makes this play work is you have to get the eyes of these 3 guys on the 2 guys they're responsible for. And the thing about it, the 2 guys they're responsible for are tight ends, which is an advantage for them, but it's an advantage for us because now we're wasting some players on our tight ends. And so all we run stick, chip, arrow. And that takes the eyes of these 2 guys. The reason why you want to take the eyes of those 2 guys is when this guy runs an over route, you don't want one of these guys to see and then slouch back and potentially get a pick. You want their eyes to be occupied. And their eyes got occupied. And we had a 1-on-1 with our best receiver and their safety. And he's going to win that 99% of the time. And that safety did a damn good job. A worse pass, not so good a pass, he's in good shape. Good pass, be great defense every time. Look at the confidence of Cutter. I want y'all to look at the fundamentals of this hitch, throw, follow through. Look at the follow through of the throw. Know why he can follow through like that? Because there's not a living soul in front of him that's going to affect the way he released that ball. We're not, look, I'm going to say this. We are not talking about this guy enough. Burton has played we're not talking about him enough, which is good. Because if you start talking about offensive line, that means he's not doing well. But that guy has had a really damn solid season. Kudos to him. Because he's been the fodder to a lot of comments. Now, this play was some bullshit. Why this ref called this play dead? He was not down. That's bullshit. And the bad part about it, Tennessee Tech had a play like that, and they didn't call it dead. So now we're just going to punish. Now, this is their second series. This is another guy. No, that's not David Gusta. This guy's balling to David Gusta. The middle of the defense, the middle of the offense are balling. When you stop a team with a TFL on first down, they are behind the chains. Now it's time for the defensive backs and linebackers to eat. If they're going to pass it, we got to eat. Now this again, the OGs know He's got to slow down his back pedal. Slow down his back pedal. His pedal is too fast, being that's 5, that's 7, that's 9. He's 9 yards away from this receiver. When you're 9 yards away, you don't have to bail out. And he bails out. So that makes he's too fast. Good tackle, though. You only get 5 yards. I'll take that. But the pedal's too fast. Like I said in the cut up, y'all. This is the only thing that I can say about this situation right here is I think this is works. I'm not sure. He could be right here. Him and Godfrey are a little too tight together. But on defense, when it's 3rd and 5, you play the damn sticks. And like that last play. All right, back in the South. I see you, brother. Like the last play. We changed the defense. Because in the last play, it's kind of a cover. I'm going to call it cover 3. It's not really cover 3, but let's just call it cover 3. In cover 3, you give up the flats. So if someone's going to keep just taking the free area that you're given, you change the coverage. You play this guy hard. You rotate over the top. Him hard. He rotates over the top. We have a middle runner. That's how, as a defensive coordinator, you can fool the opponent and change it up a little bit. So that's what we did. And watch all the guys that are playing the sticks. And I'm going to say this safety plays it even better. Look at where we are. Look how many guys we have basically at the sticks. You can be about 2 to 3 yards beyond and still be classified at the sticks. Look how many guys we have at the sticks. And they only have one guy threatening down the field. We have a guy there. All right. This is beautiful coverage. There's nobody there. You think this guy's open, but watch the safety come into the frame. And this guy's in that window. Like, that's a window shot. With that ref there, that's a window shot. He has a window. He can diverge into that window, but you also got that safety over the top. Back in the South, appreciate it. See that safety come? Great work. This is unbelievable coverage for a bunch of young guys. And then a sack by a corner. It's crazy. That's crazy work. That's how good that play was on defense. Y'all know I've talked about him. He's from my home state. I actually know a little bit about him. He's from, as we call Shreveport, we call that Southern Arkansas. Like I said, I knew a little bit about him. Like I said early in the season, he's basically Lynn Bowden. And the issue he had in high school was the route running ability. When you get the ball in his hands, he's a great player, but you got to get the ball in his hands. Route running was a concern. That's probably was the reason why he didn't get as much run at Alabama. So the concern was when he come here, is he going to be able to develop his route running? When you have the type of explosiveness and speed that he has, and you can run speed outs like he started running the last few weeks, you're unguardable. As a former corner, if you can run a speed out with the ability of running by me, you're unguardable. The reason why I said a speed out and not an out route is in a speed out, it's not a sharp 90 degree. It's not sharp 90 degrees. So it's not here to there. You don't break down at the top of your route and then sharp turn. No, while I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A speed out is that. So the problem is is this portion of the route you're running full speed. So as a corner, I'm thinking you might go non-route. Once you start to turn, it's too late because I've already opened my hips and you have me beat. If he can run the speed outs like he's been running, he's going to be a problem. That's the nice development with him, is running those speed outs. When this big man comes downhill, brother, he's a problem. I saw someone said something about vision. I don't think it's his vision. He's not patient. He's not way I know running backs are taught. He's not patient to the hole, explosive out the hole. He is full speed all day. And when you go that way, you're going to miss a cut lane. You just running. That's why he's probably better in gap scheme than zone scheme, where we're going to open up a certain gap. You run through that gap, and whatever happens, happens. In zone schemes, the running back has some flexibility to find an open lane. When gap scheme, you go through that damn gap. Chip got hurt, B. Jones. Bad pass. If this pass is better, y'all. If this pass is better, and Kendrick Law goes over here, there's a chance he scores. Because like I keep saying every week, y'all, on defense, you need one more than the eligible receivers, and they really only have 3-on-3. And I feel comfortable with him making one of them miss if the ball is thrown better. The ball is thrown better. He goes outside these numbers. He might be still running if his teammates block. And they have been doing a good job of blocking all year. I think this is out the gate. But the pass was bad, and he had to stop. He had to corral in. He stumbled. And he had to get what he had to get. But that was a damn good call in that situation. This is touchdown, y'all. As someone said about Dowdell's vision. In this situation, it's 3rd and 1, y'all. Look at the fucking hole. I know it's 3rd and 1. You got to be aggressive, but there's no one in sight. If Dowdell was running at 85%, he would have seen this safety, and he would have saw that safety. It would have gave him the dead leg right there and went this way. Wrong tool. Went that way. He'll be still running. He's just too aggressive through the hole. So it's harder for him to cut. That's why it's tough. I don't think he has bad vision. I just think he's too aggressive with us. He's not patient enough. Like I started saying, I had a revelation last week. William, there's still, I know that's, William says situational run is 3rd and short. That's true. You still are in a situation. You still have to run under control, especially with the fucking hole that was presented in front of you. You run with aggressiveness, but it's still low pad. But when you got to the line of scrimmage, there was nobody there. A good running back scores on that one. an elite running back scores on that play. I've been asking for this. If you're an OG, you've been watching me for a long time. I've been asking for this since last year. Like I said last week, I had a revelation. This guy is our Diego Pavea. Our team is going because of him. His swag, his confidence, his moxie. This team is riding on his shoulders. And all I ask, and like last year when we played, I think Eastern Michigan or one of those teams, I don't need him to run all the time. But he's athletic enough. He's shown that he can do this. And y'all, I don't care what happened at the end. This right here is the most underrated part. For him to turn up the sideline, no go and not go out of bounds, is athleticism. And then he just that was awesome. Swiper, no swiper. If you're a Tennessee Tech fan, I hope y'all win. I think y'all have a chance. Wheat Matt, you're right. Lynn Bowden was the best. That's why. See, Lynn. I'm gonna just tell you this, Wheat Matt. Since I've been associated with UK football, and I played with a great running back, Mo Williams. I was there, Tim Couch freshman year. Anthony White was a running back for us. I was fortunate to be around some really good players. Lynn Bowden, Marty Moore. Lynn Bowden is, in my opinion, the best football player that I have seen in a UK football uniform since '93. He is a football player. He ain't the best quarterback, running back, receiver, whatever you want to say. But when you say football player, that motherfucker can do anything. He can do anything. I think he could have been a great corner. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, safety, corner. He could have played all those. I think he's the best. He could have been Honey Badger on defense. The best football player I've seen in a Kentucky uniform since 1993. And I'll say this. If Kendrick Law has 3 to 4 years to play here, he might be battling him for that moniker. Now, this is when, y'all, we started to have to pull out my damn roster. Because I don't know any of these guys on the line, on the defensive line. 94, 76. Who was the other one? And I don't know any of those. I had to dig into I had to pull up Kentucky football roster. And the grand scheme of things, it's been proven it's good to give these guys some reps. But there were some things we didn't have contained. Guys not doing their job to how the older guys would. But these guys got reps. And live reps are better than practice reps. I promise you. It's hard to replicate game situation unless you play in a game. All right? Let's go over this. Like I said in the cutters, I think this is very important for young players whom I know watch this broadcast from time to time. If the team you are playing is an RPO team, you have to understand it is almost like playing an option team. It's alignment assignment. Here's what I mean by that. Right now, if it's RPO, they're going to run zone read, running back this way, quarterback mesh point. He is going to be looking here. It's all dependent on, or it could be here. All dependent on if you come up or not. If you don't come up, he's going to give it. If you come up, he's going to pull it. He's going to throw it in that zone. that you're not occupying. Do it for RPO. So there's a flat, there's a curl, and there's a hook. Those are the areas on defense. I don't know what just happened, y'all. Those are the zones underneath on defense. So once you vacate one of those zones on a glance route, that's where it opens up. So now the corner is in a bind. So what I know is this guy here is not going to make a tackle on a zone play here. He is setting the backside post. So your fence is backside. So there's no need for you to be in a hurry on that action, especially there's no lineman pulling to you. So now you need to play here. Once he saw you vacate your zone, he's going to pull it because now he has a open, clear, easy throw. All right? See that? So now here's the deal. As a defensive back, if I see running back to my side and it's a RPO team, I am going to line up at least a yard and a half more inside than I normally am. Because if he runs an out route, more power to him. That's only 9 yards he's giving this quarterback to throw an out route. That's not a lot of room. Line up a yard and a half more inside, and then that gives you a chance to play that post glance slant route even better. This is not your fault. It's his fault in theory, but it's not even his fault because he's never right. He's never right. If he stays back, that's one less guy he gives it. If he comes forward, then he throws it where you were. So you can't make the right decision. But the best decision is to protect this route because it's going to be a big play. This is not on the corner. The corner's in a bind. Let me see. Show you something else. So like we did on the play I talked about with Law on the over route, same thing here. They're going to occupy these 3 guys with routes. So this safety can't help out. He's worried about these 2 guys. And that's the greatness about the RPO, man. RPO is very hard to stop if the offense is efficient. You better have a great defensive line. Second quarter. This is the drive, man. We let the quarterback, and there's another drive. I think it's another drive where the quarterback got off, and that worried me a little bit. But the problem is hard for me to critique much because we had young guys in the game. It's like right here. He's lost. Right? Watch. I think that is Antoine Smith. He's lost. He's still going the other way when the ball's running by him. Young player, read your keys. Remember the first play of the game? What Rayner did? That's experience. This ain't going to happen again. But that's what happened when you get inexperienced players. These are the drives that Tennessee Tech really had on us is when we had new guys in. But when those guys do their job, everybody plays through their gap. They're getting nothing. Right? But there's a reason why we went to the backup to give them some reps for the future, and possibly something happens in the next 2 weeks. You don't want the next 2 weeks to be their first time getting snaps. That's a great tackle by Landon. So they missed a field goal. Even with the young guys making a couple mistakes, we held them all to the end zone. That's good work, man. That is good work by a young group of guys. Find a way to get a stop. Now we run. What is this? Could this be classified as buck sweep with a jet sweep? That's great running, man. Get that guy the ball as many times as we can. So now, see this? See how he goes outside this time? I don't know if someone talked to him, but that's where you want to go. You want to make, as I've said in the past, for our guys on defense, don't make these guys have to run 9 yards more. Top of the numbers to the sideline is 9 yards. Don't make them have to run. Don't make him and him have to run 9 more yards. But when you're on offense, you want to make them have to run 9 more yards. Look at the blue wall. Look. It seems like nothing. But as a running back, when you see this right here, when you see the back of your offensive lineman jersey and there's no white penetration in there, pause. That's heaven. He doesn't get touched until he's 6 yards down the field. Now, I tried to watch this. I think the wind caught this because you look at it right here, about right there, that ball stays at that angle the whole time and keeps pushing. Just keeps pushing. I think that was the win. But the crazy part about it, like I tweeted out today or yesterday, this is an interesting game. I think Cutter had 8 consecutive completions, 3 consecutive incompletions, then we ended with 10 consecutive completions. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. All right, quarterbacks. I think his mechanics are good. He squares his shoulders up to the line of scrimmage. Now, here is the deal. Maybe this is my engineering being analytical. Wow, you're right, Stephen. 11 targets for Kendrick. When you are traveling this way, the ball, it's like when you are when you're driving out of a car. If you drop something out of a car and you're driving 55 miles an hour, that object is going 55 miles an hour. When you're running this way, how fast you're running, that ball is going to lean this way when you throw it. You have to throw it a little bit behind the receiver because you got to take into account the velocity that you're running that way. Memphis, I'm watching it on Dartfish. So I think this is why he missed this and then add the win. And that's a drop. I think I read somewhere there where we didn't have any drops. We had a couple drops. We had 3 drops, I think, because Ward had 2 drops at the end of the game. That's a drop. Can't let the quarterback. But like I said, 91 isn't going to be playing a lot of snaps. 76 isn't going to be playing a lot of snaps. Like, it's kind of hard for me to critique this when the guys who are playing right now are not going to be getting a lot of run when we play Diego. This is a hard route concept for a defense, and it's something a lot of teams have been running. They run a clear out, and they wheel this guy right behind them and then stop at the sticks. That's incredibly difficult for DBs. Good route concept. Playbooks and stuff I can give you. What you mean, Memphis? Next week, we cannot let Diego get on the outside. If he does, he's going to kill us. You got to get even with him. Can't get above him, but you got to get even with him. We still under him. And then he gets outside. This is going to be dangerous next week. Okay, Memphis. I just tell you, Memphis, I'm a ex-Kentucky player. My emphasis is on us. I do this for our fans. But I listen, man. I haven't even thought about. I had someone come on last week from where was they from? Georgia. Like I can do anybody's film, but my main focus on BBN and making sure these fans understand what's going on and why it's happening as best as I can, without me being a coach on their staff, knowing the exact scheme. I know enough football where I can help them understand it at the foundational level. This is an unbelievable pick. Oh, Memphis, I'm down for anything, I guess. This is an unbelievable pick by Cam. It's so underrated. First of all, this is what I say, y'all. As a former DB who has some picks just come to him, is I truly believe when you do everything right and everything is strong, when you do the majority of things right, on the field, off the field, in the weight room, in the film room, that the football gods bless you with plays like this. Now, he also blessed it with his athletic ability. That tip ball was great for him. Now, this is when his athletic ability took over. First of all, to catch it. We all know DBs or wide receivers who can't catch. That's the moniker. That's a narrative. When he scooped it in the movement of turning his back, turn his shoulders to land on his back, is elite. Because what he's doing is he's protecting the ball. He's protecting that ball from jarring with the contact of the ground and him not getting his pick. This movement right here, dude, is high level. That's high IQ to do that. That's an elite level interception. That's big time. That's the last incompletion Cutter's gonna throw. And it's the same thing, y'all. Cutter does a great job of squaring his shoulders. It's not the technique. Shoulders are square to the line of scrimmage. That's good. He's got to take into account, in my opinion, this velocity. That's it. Once he does that, I think these throws will connect. Plus, if the wind is being a factor. All right, John K. I see you tomorrow, brother. We're almost over, John. Probably got about 10 minutes. This is almost done. That guy runs hard, man. And like I said last week, it's unfortunate that he's going to be remembered for the Texas game in the two leaps, but that guy runs hard. This might be Cutter's best throw. And why I like it is his patience. He knows he has a whip route over here, and he's got to be patient to let it happen. And he climbs the pocket, and that's a hole. That's a hole they didn't call. Let me just show you. He's got Harley's jersey. He pulls him down. That's a hole. The patience on waiting for that whip route is progress. He's getting there, man. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem. Hopefully we can keep him here. And I think we will. Being from Kentucky, I think that's our advantage. This was a pass I don't like. If we playing Vandy, little iffy to me. Then the rest of this, y'all, it's just we're just dominating the line of scrimmage. Just dominate the line of scrimmage. You get 5-6 yards, man. Now I'm gonna just say this. This is processing for me. Cutter has to throw this ball. Pre-snap, he sees where these guys are aligned. He sees that he's pressed. One of these guys has Kendrick. They're not going to get through that wash. He needs to throw the ball now. He's just a little late now. Throw it now. Once you see this corner vacate, these guys have no chance of getting there. If he throws the ball now, that gives Kendrick time to catch it. Because remember, if he throws it now, he's probably going to catch at the bottom of the numbers. Then that gives him time to turn up and run and get a touchdown. With him throwing it right now, he's going to get it almost on the sideline. There's just no room to turn up. He's got to stop. Those are the little things. Those are the little things. So now defense, we got to find a way to get off the field. And this is the drive where the quarterback takes over. And we cannot, this is Diego. We cannot let 10, 20, 25. That can't happen next week. That is what happened on this drive. And that's why they got 7 points. So they got big plays from the quarterback. This is an unbelievable play. This right here is highly difficult because they are faking bubble screen here, but then running inside tight end tunnel screen there. Excuse me. That's hard because now you're asking this guy to not respect that and overrun it. This guy not to see that and overrun it. It's extremely difficult. That's a great play design. It's actually a good job by Ty Bryant. If he makes a tackle, it'd be an amazing job. Good coverage, good coverage. Now we can't let the quarterback go 53 1/3 yards to the other direction. We cannot let Diego do this. That's a problem for us. And like I said earlier, that's how they scored 7 points. This is how they got 2 big runs by the quarterback, 3 big runs by the quarterback. And that's the difference in this drive and giving up 7. And then obviously you'll see the touchdown play and see how they made it. And that's a situation little ways down the line of we got young guys on the field not knowing exactly what to do. And it's got to be a high level of communication. Like right now, 3rd and 4, they get a yard, 4th and 3. Communication. We got a guy playing man to man. There's nobody else playing man. And if he isn't playing man, the pass that's thrown, he would be there. Like right now, if Grayton played here, right there, like all his other teammates, then run across the field, he would be right there. Covered, 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 covered. He needs to be there. This guy will go to him, and that is not a touchdown. It'll be quarterback will have to run for the first down. Just blown coverage by one guy. All it takes is one guy to make a mistake. Then we get a great kickoff return, get the penalty. Now we sitting pretty. Now this is just pretty football, man. This is pretty football. Great throw by Cutter. Great route. This is high level 1 minute drill. Here's the great part about it. I want you to understand. We let the clock tick, 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 and we score with less than 20 seconds. So it gives the opponent hardly any clock. All right, y'all. I appreciate my TikTokers. I gotta learn the TikTok etiquette. Y'all made this fun. You know my usual guys, YouTube and Twitter. I appreciate y'all as usual. Hit the like button, share, subscribe on YouTube. Give me some I don't know what the live chat. Give me some hearts, some whatever on TikTok. Give me some hearts. I guess that's what it's called. Follow me on all social media platforms. I would appreciate it. And go Big Blue. Oh, well, I got one more. I just think Cutter's quietly playing an amazing level. Another story as Coach Stoops back against the wall and the quarterback playing great. Saves his job. Man, look. Now you're about to get me talking, Steven. Here's the thing, y'all. I talk about this all the time. As a former player who played with some great coaches, the players and the way they're executing and their beliefs in this quarterback is why they're winning. Coaches don't forget how to coach. And honestly, coaches don't change that much. It's the players that wear their Kentucky across their chest and their last name on their back that makes the difference. And I know you can tell as fans that these players have bought into each other more than they did last year. You can tell by the effort level. Memphis, I actually do coach DB. I coach DBs in high school here in Louisiana. I coach at my alma mater. These guys are playing hard for each other. And they've been doing this since day one. The only thing that hasn't been happening is they have not been rewarded with W's in the win column. That's it. These guys have played the same since day one. And that's what's impressive. Everybody's going to make mistakes. You're going to have blown coverages here and there. But their persistence has been unbelievable. Their character is high, man. And like I said, I haven't been more proud of a team than this team because of them going through this adversity and winning these 3 games in a row. That's big time football for a program. So I'm proud of these guys, and I hope they can finish this like I can tell from the outside, like to equal the amount of work and dedication that they have put to this program. It's exciting to see as a former player. I'm excited for this week, and I hope. Look, whatever happens, happens. I just hope we play to the level that we can play, that we know we can play. And if it ends in a loss, it ends in a loss. I hope it's a W, but as long as they play to the best of their ability and give everything they can to this game on Saturday, I know they're going to win if they do that. So that's all I got, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching again. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same station.